Basically be them. Did you get one of these? like that? Cool. How's your monitor level there? I don't know if you can really tell it's advanced start. I can cut down off out front if you want to hear your monitor. And the flag is dying. We've lost hot smokers along. We've lost hot smokers along. How many innocent people gonna be in prison? We just keep stopping sleep about brotherhood freaks. I touch a mother nature, never made nobody violent, never made nobody hate nobody, only hate nobody's peace. Never been told to be harmful, don't you tell me no lies. With your caffeine, codeine, nicotinize. The cannabis man is just recent, since 1938. To be legalized and realize it, you made a big mistake. Uncle Sam, hey there, Uncle Sam. We've lost hot smokers along. Uncle Sam. We've lost hot smokers along. Uncle Sam. We've lost hot smokers along.
Sue, mate.
We've lost hot smokers along. Uncle Sam, understand I love you, but leave me alone. Smokers along. We've lost hot
Mate. Sue, mate.
Say you had electric?
You got electric, but he used my cord, so you have to You don't have one at all? Look at that guy with the new Mercedes. It's a great big house, fancy ladies. Winning the game by dropping daddy's name. And hanging with the other lucky sperm club babies. Swinging king of the society scene. Get some scene in a limousine. Charging cheap thrills full of frivolous frills. Taking easy luxury to new extremes. And oh, it must be fun to be so wealthy, healthy, rich and young. One my wonder one, he's done to become the fortunate one. He's another member of the Lucky Sperm Club. The only thing he ever
Plug in both of these and figure out which one's what.
be a member of the Lucky Sperm Club. Living in the life of lazy luxury. Yowie. A guy like me should be so lucky. It's a special club.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I'd like to take this time to introduce the poetic stylings of our own hemp poets. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the Cincy Bud Kid.
What's up, Cincinnati? We'll make this real quick and get on to the band. All right. Here we go. Am I through messing or just in between? Save your next question. Let's pray for the next scene. Got rolled over. Probably that's why I'm here. Maybe cause is passing over the lesson only to remember Johnny Law's cage of fear. Back at the page with ash spread around, my answer becomes this center for all that is found. What you can't hear, you see instead. If there are cracks in your walls, make sure that Roaches is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 8 Hour Blank from Columbus.
supporters of the legalization of marijuana. We want to thank you all for coming out tonight and today, or whatever time it is. It is the afternoon here in beautiful Cincinnati. The weather's not great, but you're showing some good support by being here, and we want to thank you.
This is the 2004 Million Marijuana March. This weekend's festivities are taking place at 300 locations across the world. So be glad that you're a part of it. I'd like to introduce to you the guest host today, my partner in radio crime from Live City Licks on WAIF. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Senior Bull.
Guest host, yeah, guest host. Okay, and over to my left, the host of our Cincinnati's own Speak of Diablo on WAIF every Tuesday night from 2 a.m. till 5 a.m., Doc Diablo.
Thank you very much. All right, we'd like to encourage you to stick around, make your voice heard, and right now we got a lot more great music coming up from 8 Hour Blink down from Columbus, Ohio. So make them welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Chair with my hand in the air, with nothing to fill the gap. There was a hole between my fingers where keys and linkers, but I didn't have nothing to grab. This my friend gets around a bit, called me up and said it's turn. Said I'm on my way and I'm happy to say I got one more TV to burn. I got one more TV to burn. I got one more TV to burn. So burn it with me till there's nothing to see. Till
up for 8-Hour Blink. They came all the way down from Columbus for you guys today for the cause. As you all know, I'm Senior Bull, and I just want to let you all know what you are doing down here today, besides freezing your little butts off. It is great to see you down here. I want to thank you again for coming down here, because it shows that you do show interest in the cause that we are all standing out here and for what the Happy Hemptress has put together for you. We are down here to just let the people that might turn an eye away or say, no, that stuff's bad. You know, we just want to open people's eyes about marijuana and let them know that hemp and marijuana are not that bad of a plan. It's not Satan himself. I think Satan might have been the one who created Jack Daniels, but I don't know. I've talked with him a few times. But before we get started with the festivities and all the great speakers that have come from all over the country, I want to say thank you to the people who have made this all possible today. Of course, the Happy Hemptress back there with her table with t-shirts of the event that you want to get back there and pick up for 15 bucks. I just dropped mine on the ground, but I got another one right here. But I would like to thank the organizations of NKU Students for Relegalization for Hemp. They also have a table back there with plenty of good information of why hemp and marijuana is a good plant and where it can help out for like body lotions and many other things where we use chemicals for like cleaners and ropes and stuff like that. We can use hemp for that and get rid of all the chemicals that are out there that are polluting the rivers and any other of the waterways that we have that can be very beautiful to see. We would also like to thank Hemptations for chipping in and supporting the cause and doing a great job with their store over there. Hustler of Hollywood, they kicked in one of the first times that they've ever kicked in on an organization for marijuana. They've been busy with other things, if you haven't known. Cures Not Wars, Cannabis Culture Magazine, which I'm sure you can pick one of those up at one of the many tables we have set up back there. WLW 700 AM. Bill Cunningham, he rocks, man. He is fully for this. Even the big right-winger he is fully for the medical use of marijuana. WEBN, Pud, if you're out there listening, thanks for everything, bud. You helped this cause a lot. 97.3 Channel Z also helped out with bringing many commercials to promote this campaign. Of course, we would like to thank 8-Hour Blink for coming down from Columbus and providing great music for you today. They do have CDs for sale and quite a few t-shirts if you want one of those. And we would like to thank all the volunteers that helped out Hemp Rock and any of you guys out there that just support and vote and help out the cause. We want to thank you very much. This is a good thing to see. But enough of my jibber jabber. Now let's get to today's festivities. The first speaker today, they come all the way from Indiana. Neil Smith, if you are out there, come on up, sir. We need you to speak for the Indiana Normal and promote a little bit about, I'm not seeing any of Neil Smith. We also have Robert Palkey of the Kentucky Marijuana Party coming up, and Trisha Heyne for Cincinnati Freedom Activist. One moment, please. All right, that's a good idea. While we're waiting for our speakers, we're going to bring up Susan Sunshine, and she's going to fill in while we're waiting for our speakers from the Indiana Normal, from the Kentucky Marijuana Party, and the Cincinnati Freedom Activist, Trisha Heyne. But right now, put your hands together for Susan Sunshine.
Let's get this thing started right. And while we're waiting, whoever was coming up next, get in line if someone needs to tell me, you know, besides peace, 2 minutes. But, you know, if it rains, rain after 6 o'clock. I'm from Detroit, and it was raining there yesterday. I guess my name means nothing. The Sunshine family is hiding out somewhere else today. But let's start out, if you know the words, words, or if you want to come along and just say, the earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. And then we go, hey, young, oh, young, hey, young, young. Hey, young, oh, young, oh, young, young. The sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, the sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. And I'm so glad to be here in Cincinnati. I'm not going to sing the whole thing or the whole round 10 times because as good as that is, we're here to let the speaker speak. I'm going to be speaking later on. Call people on your cell phone. Get people out. Let's, have a circle and for the sun. And then I'm probably going to do some chanting. I have to ask permission. I just came here from Detroit. We're tough, but we're cool. And if they'll let me chant along when they drum, and if you all want me to, man, I'll see you later, alligators. Free the weed! Free the weed! Free the weed! Thank you for letting me come up here and get some of the steam out from the long ride.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Susie Sunshine. Let's get some hands going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, this man has been an activist since 1972, and he is the current vice chairman of Indiana Normal. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Mr. Neil Smith.
Hi, I'm glad to be here today. I'm glad to see a lot of people coming here in spite of the weather. There will be more as the day goes on. History shows us that regardless of what the weather is, cannabis activists and people who understand freedom understand that the weather is just a minor thing that stands in the way of us getting our freedoms back. And that's what we have to concentrate here. I'm glad our sister did that little spiritual warm-up for us, because what we are doing is a spiritual thing. Not a particular religion, but a spiritual thing. It supersedes religion. What we need to do in this country is we need to understand that we have certain unalienable rights that we have to defend. Now we have to stand up. We have to make sure we are registered to vote. We have to make sure that we accept jury duty. We have to make sure that we are learning what our rights and freedoms are, and that we are exercising them, and that we exercise them to the full extent of the United States Constitution. That we face, coming up in just a few months, a very crucial decision. And frankly, once again, I'm not too impressed with all the choices we've got. But the one that was selected to sit in the White House 4 years ago has made a total mess of the entire world, and we've got to do something about it. The Democratic candidate, National Normal, has rated John Kerry as an A-. That doesn't mean because of various political and corporate things that Normal cannot endorse. However, John Kerry does have an A- rating. But, should make your choices wisely. There are other choices besides Bush and Kerry. There is the Green Party of the United States that will probably put up a man named David Cobb. The Green Party is firmly behind the rights of cannabis smokers, cannabis healers, and cannabis hemp industrial purposes. Green Party has always been a part of that. The Libertarian Party has long stood for our civil rights. The Constitutional Party is out there fighting too. Any independent candidate may at least take a good close look at them, see what their cannabis stands are, and go from there. I've noticed one thing about candidates. If they're going to tell somebody who's not particularly on their side that they favor medical marijuana, for example, they're probably telling the truth, because they will play the politics. We do have to remember that the two main parties may, they may not be working in our best interest after all. So take a very careful look, but make sure that you are registered to vote, because if you don't have that, you don't have much of a peaceful say anymore. Now, there's been some changes that have occurred in our favor, and there have been some changes that have occurred not in our favor. Indiana rolled back one small portion of the law that in Indiana, if you were busted sitting in your house, you were automatically going to lose not only your driving privileges for 6 months, but your right to register and title a vehicle for 6 months. The governor of Indiana has signed a bill that gives the judge the flexibility to not do that, and judges were asking for that, so we got that passed. And that will be law in Indiana, that they are not necessarily going to take your license if you get busted. That's a step in the right direction. We got many, many more to take. Here in Ohio, you've got to really watch here because the Republicans have targeted Ohio, particularly the president of Diebold, who makes the electronic voting machines that may be rigged. So we've got to watch them from several different angles. But the important thing is that each and every one of us step up, stand up for our rights, and demand that the United States government adhere to the laws of the U.S. Constitution. And that includes for the peaceful, responsible use of cannabis, hemp, sativa, indica, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. That is our God-given right under the U.S. Constitution, and we will exercise that as long as there's life in our bodies. The important thing, register to vote, learn the truth, spread the truth. That's all I got to say. Thank you all for showing up and pass the word.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Neil Smith from the Indiana Normal Party. Let's give him another round of applause, please. All right, once again, my name is Doc Diablo. I host a radio show right here in Cincinnati. On WAIF, some of you may have heard of it, we try to be a balancing voice for all this conservative insanity that goes on in this radio. Anyway, I'm on Tuesday overnights, and just this last Tuesday night, I had the happy hemtress herself in, and we were discussing marijuana, the highs and the lows. And you know, the sad thing is we really couldn't come up with very many negatives other than the fact that the law likes to prosecute us for basically nothing. And you know, the sad thing about it is, when I look at it from a lot of police officers' point of view, because I happen to be a family member of about 4 police officers, and most of the guys I know, pretty much their attitude is the only reason they mess with us now is because the law says so. So the police officers are not the bad guy in this situation. It's your politicians, your government. That's where it needs to change. But do keep in mind that for those of you that live in Ohio, we do have fairly liberal marijuana laws, but we'd like to see that decriminalization or legalization, whichever they prefer. All right, right now I'm going to introduce the next speaker. So please, at this time, make welcome from the Kentucky Marijuana Party, Mr. Robert Pelkey.
Glad everyone came out today. The sun finally showed up. Hope everyone's got some marijuana on them today, and want y'all to spark up right now. Free to weed. Alrighty. Our government sells us alcohol and tobacco, which is a known proven killer all day long. But yet when it comes to having medical uses, they want to keep that illegal. That's not right. God did not leave a bad seed-bearing plant on earth. He left it here to heal us, not to harm us. I think everyone would rather be around people that smoke marijuana rather than be around someone that's drunk or on pills that our government prescribes to us. It's all population control. We can't let our government get by with this. We need to stand up, pull together as we the people, and get marijuana legalized. It's power in numbers. There's far more people that would rather have marijuana legalized than that would oppose it. So when it comes time, get out there and vote. And if you're not registered to vote, register to vote. Tell all your friends. And when it comes time to put it on the ballot, get it on the ballot, and we'll legalize marijuana. Sounds good, doesn't it? Then let's get the word out and let's legalize marijuana. Let's hear that real loud. Let's legalize marijuana. Tax it if you have to. But it's time. Hear this. Legalize marijuana. Say it loud and say it proud. Yeah. Spark up that joint. I want you to join organizations that are out helping legalize marijuana. Normal, Ohio Patient Network, run for government offices. Tell all your friends and family that it shouldn't be illegal anymore. Speak out about it. All right, I want to thank everyone that came today. I want you to show up again and again to all events. Thank you very much for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Robert Pelkey from the Kentucky Marijuana Party. If you're a resident of KY, I strongly suggest you become a member. You know, I was shortly, just a moment ago, talking about the police situation. And I have to tell you guys another story because some of you that know me know that my father is a retired police officer. I have several cousins that are police officers as well as many of friends. And it leads me to a story about the first time that somebody ever offered to get me high. I was 15 years old. I was at my dad's third or fourth wedding. I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, I leave the hall and I step out next door and I notice my dad's best friend is sitting there with a young girl, trying to impress her. His girl's about 15 years younger than him. Sitting there sparking up a joint. Walks over to me and he's like, "Hey, you like to take a hit of this?" I was like, "Nah," because, you know, when I was that young, it really wasn't my thing. I waited till I was an adult till I started to indulge. But anyway, I declined, and like I said, it was my dad's best friend, which is a little shocking because my father was a police officer. But did I also mention the guy that offered the joint to me was a Hamilton County sheriff? Ladies and gentlemen, someone at the marijuana issue has hit close to home. Please make welcome right now the Cincinnati freedom activist, Miss Trish Heyne.
Yay!
Thank God it's not raining. Good evening. My name is Patricia Heyne, and it's bittersweet for me to be here today because usually in my place was my husband, Roland A. I know some of you know him, I know some of you don't, but I'm going to tell you a little story about a man that had a dream. He dreamed that the Constitution was worth the hemp paper it was written on. He dreamed that he had the right to do what he wanted in his own home, as long as he was harming no one else. He tried to legalize marijuana in a village for the sick and dying in a public office. It cost him his life. It cost him $1 million, but he would have done it again. So there is a man who had a dream, and I am challenging you to pick up that dream and carry it on. Teach our youth. Don't allow the government to brainwash your children. Always make sure that you have plenty of weed in your house, because you do have the right to do what you want in the privacy of your own home. This is not Nazi Germany. No, it's not. Not until I give up my rights, and I refuse. Just like everybody standing on this platform. Don't give up your rights. Teach your children what their rights are. Continue the dream, and know that people have died for the dream. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Miss Trish Heyne. Please give her another round of applause. All right, one more time, we're going to bring up for you the poetic stylings of the Cincy Bud Kid.
This is called How May I Be Token with You. 2 swings to my head, maybe true, maybe through, burning seeds till the next clean toke is due. Time alone, hang up that phone, thinking about buying a water bomb. Waiting for the radio to try a better song. Hope you all can come along. Don't do wrong, learn a most polite path. We'll be in within a lengthy reach. Maybe take us by surprise, maybe opening up many eyes. Maybe it'll take 3 swings instead. I'm a Cincy Bud Kid, thanks. Here's 8 Hour Blink.
Almost time to lay down.
Columbus. You can catch them on the web at www.8hourblink.com. They play up around Columbus and all over the place. But you'll have to go to their website for more information because I'm just a dumbass. I don't know. Once again, we want to thank you all for coming out to the Million Man Marijuana March going on all over the world right as we speak, and stand there and look. We would like to thank, before we get the next speakers up, we would like to thank Temptations for helping us put this on. They do have a table back there, I do believe. Cannabis Culture Magazine, Clear Channel for not rolling over. They did actually put some of our commercials on the air. We would also like to thank WEBN, Puddin'. Thank you very much, sir. WLW, Bill Cunningham. He always helps the hemptress out every year with this. He promotes like crazy because he does love the cause. 97.3 Channel Z, they also ran some of our spots throughout the past couple weeks. We would also like to thank 8 Hour Blink, of course, for coming down and providing today's musical entertainment for you, and all the volunteers that help make this possible. Don't forget to check out all the tables over there. We have Indiana Normal selling real nice sweaters back there. A couple other t-shirts in many varieties of colors. And then we have the Ohio Normal. They're also back there down from Lodi, Ohio. Thank you for coming out, guys. And then we also have quite a few other tables. Make sure to get your event t-shirt for $15 from the Hemp Rock table. Right there it is. Beautiful little picture of the fountain with all the little roaches climbing all over it. We love those roaches. We would also like to thank Hustler of Hollywood for helping us out. Cures Not Wars. And of course, Hemp Rock Audio Magazine. You can check them out by giving them a call at 513-684-HEMP, or you can go check them out on the web at www.hemprock.com. Don't forget, coming up in the fall is the Ohio Valley Reefer Rumble. It's private, so go over to the Hemp Rock table and get all the information about that. It's a really good time. I've done it for the past couple years and always walk out of there feeling better than I am. But enough of me right now. Let's get to the speakers again because that's what we're all here for. I would like to introduce a guy who's part of an organization that is putting on this, June 5th of this year, on a Saturday night, the Ohio Hemp Fest, going on in Columbus, Ohio at Mirror Lake on the OSU campus. From the Students for Sensible Drug Policy, here is Russell Selkirk.
Hey, okay, thanks everybody for coming out here. I guess I'm going to try this just once, and hopefully it works. You see, it's like I'm standing up here talking, but all I see is these bricks, and I want to see some smiling faces, so I was hoping that maybe we could all just come together, bring it together right down front here, get it all nice and warm. You know, I mean, everybody's kind of cold, but if we just bring it together, unite, get closer, see each other's smiling faces, feel the warmth, feel the love that we got in this movement, because I know it's everywhere. I can see it. Yeah. Right, so like Senor was saying, you know, I'm with Students for Sensible Drug Policy. This is an organization that was started back in 1998 because of a law that was passed that denies federal financial aid to anybody that's been convicted of a drug-related offense. That's me. Back in 1999, I was caught smoking a bowl in a car that wasn't moving, right? But they found me. These undercover cops that were circulating in a parking lot found me smoking weed, arrested me, and then they made me serve time. Well, not behind bars, but they made me do community service. They took away my license for 6 months. I had to pay about $300 in fines. And I come to find out 6 months later is that I'm ineligible to receive financial aid. So, of course, I got pissed off. And I found a good way to channel that energy. It's through Students for Sensible Drug Policy. They've been doing a lot of good working up in Columbus, Ohio. We just had a march yesterday. It was excellent. Had people come out. The sun came out, and there were a lot of good speakers there. We rallied, went down to the park, had a beautiful smoke-in. Everybody smoked until their eyes were blood red, and, you know, fiending for the food because the appetite stimulant is what marijuana does. But nonetheless, this is a really good organization. We have over 200 chapters across the nation now, and it's a really great way to get involved. If any students out here aren't involved on your college campus, if you're looking for a way to get involved, get in touch with the national office. They will be there to guide you and to help you, and this movement is something that's really taking root, and we're finally starting to change laws. We're seeing a lot of good progress. We've got a lot of people co-sponsoring a bill right now that would repeal the Higher Education Act drug provision. And we're also working on a lot of different angles in terms of trying to stop the drug war in Plain Columbia and trying to make things like needle exchange programs more acceptable and social norms in this society. And it's something that we got to do, you know, because, well, you know, they talk about the war on drugs like this big scary thing, you know, about how people are addicted to, you know, shooting smack and doing all these other really bad things, you know, smoking crack. And it does exist, it is true, but really when you talk about the war on drugs, you have to talk about it in terms of the war on marijuana. Because there are millions of drug arrests each year, over 700,000 of which for marijuana alone. 80% of those for simple possession. I mean, they can lock us all up right now just because we're holding joints in our pockets. And it's got to stop, right? It's silly, it's ridiculous, it's a waste of effort, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of our tax dollars, if you guys are still paying taxes. You know, which I've decided to stop doing because I don't support this federal government's racist war on drugs and what they do internationally. So that's it, you know, I mean, we gotta be the revolution. We talk about revolution like it's something that's gonna happen, and it's something that's gotta happen right here. You know, it's something that's gotta happen on the inside, it's something we have to live daily, it's something we gotta breathe and eat. You know, by supporting all these, you know, corporations and other crazy conglomerates that feed our bodies toxic substances on a daily basis, we are supporting the war on drugs. We are supporting the war on ourselves. And it's gotta stop. And we are the people that's gonna change it, right? Yeah! And, you know, one way I think we can really change this, and this is the theme of the Hemp Fest this year, which, by the way, is going to be on June 5th up at the Ohio State campus. Everybody's got to be there. Y'all got no excuses. No excuses whatsoever. It's going to be a great day. Everybody's going to come. Everybody's going to smoke a lot of pot. And it's going to be a big freak freedom festival. That's how we want it. But anyway, so back to the theme that we have going for this year's festival is overgrow the government. Right? That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. We gotta take it back, and to really take it back, we can be here and we can talk about it, but we gotta go home and we gotta be about it. Go out back, plant your seeds, plant hemp, do what you can to spread your word. Tell your mama, tell your brother, tell your uncles, your sisters, and your cousins, because they all gotta know that weed has to be legal, it has to be free, and we gotta plant our seeds. So that's the message from Students for Sensible Drug Policy today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Selkirk. And if you want to find out more information about the Ohio Hemp Fest, you can give them a call at 614-291-1026. And they will give you all the information. If you need that information again, just look me up. I'll be more than happy to give you that phone number. Thank you all again for coming out to the 2004 Million Marijuana March going on all over the world. I'm going to bring up another speaker here. Some of you might already know. You might have been into the place to buy all your greatest tobacco needs. But anyways, I guess he doesn't really need any introduction. From Cincinnati's own Hemptations, the beach is back.
You got a yellow shirt, green jacket on.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna do this like this, I think. I really don't have anything prepared anytime I go on stage, so just bear with me. You never know what you're gonna get. To start off, I'd like to thank everybody for being here for sure. This is a movement that needs a lot of people behind it. It's only gonna come from people like us, changing things from down below. That's the only way anything gets changed in this world. You can't start on top because it's already corrupt when it's up here. So we gotta start from below. It was probably 15 years ago I was doing research for a speech in college, and I came across some information on the industrial hemp plant, which I kind of knew about because I grew up in Kentucky, and in Kentucky they have this stuff called ditchweed. And if you grow up in Kentucky, your parents will tell you, you know, it looks like marijuana and this and that, but you can't smoke it. It's not. Well, it's leftover hemp is what it is. It's feral hemp that's basically been bred so low through time of whatever, the THC is gone. It's the same hemp that they use for all industrial products. The United States is the only country in the world, industrialized country in the world, that doesn't grow hemp for industrialized purposes. So everything has to be imported. It's probably one of the greatest natural products on the planet. I mean, we can talk about making cars cleaner, we can talk about doing this, we can talk about that, but until America, this fucking part of America, because Canada is growing now, so we're behind them industrial-wise, until the United States gets their hands on it, our farmers need it, the world needs it. It's an incredible product, 50,000 byproducts. Anything you can make synthetically, or you can make out of wood, you can make from the hemp plant. Every part of it can be used for something. It's a renewable resource. It'll grow in 5 months, just like most agricultural crops. Research has shown that it was probably one of the first agriculturally grown plants by humans on the planet. Predates almost 8,000 BC as far as they found hemp twine on pottery that was just wrapping the pottery. Has a history of over 5,000 years of print matter being paper. We cut down so many damn trees every year for this paper product to disseminate this information. It's crap anyway half the time. Whereas we could be using hemp paper, we could be saving the trees. In 5 months, on 1 acre of hemp, you can grow as much as it would take for 4 acres of tree, which take at least 12 to 15 years to grow for paper. It's incredible that it's not being used for its proper resources. And the reason it's not, and you know, you can talk all the conspiracy theories that you want, this is probably one of the most easily proven conspiracy theories ever in the history of time. I mean, it's all there. 1937, DuPont invented the first synthetic fiber. William Randolph Hearst had just invested millions and millions of dollars in timberland for wood pulp. And Henry Anslinger, who was the head of the narcotics agency at the time, was about out of a job because Prohibition had ended and nothing else was out there for them to really fight the people on. So lo and behold, the next thing you know, the Marijuana Tax Act comes out. 1937. They had to call it marijuana to confuse you, the people, because if they would have called it hemp or cannabis, the people would have said, wait a minute, wait, we've been using this for centuries. We're using this for clothing, for that matter. We're using this for medicine. 600 doctors locked up in 1938 for prescribing cannabis to their patients, which they had been doing their entire medical career. But all of a sudden, marijuana, they didn't even know what marijuana was. The prescription said cannabis on it. That's what it was. So the government has been duping us this long. That's basically all it is. When you call it marijuana, you're using the government's term for it. I agree. That's it. Things have to change. We can change. This is a peaceful movement. I wouldn't be behind it if it wasn't peaceful. But that's what we got to do. But the way to do it peacefully is to get out there, educate yourself, for one thing, on the product. Complete everything, medicine, whatever it is, find out everything you can, because I can tell you this, I'll sit down with anybody and debate the legality of this plant. Whether it's for medicine, whether it's for industrial purposes, I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's about nature, it's about utilizing nature, and it's about stop destruction of the planet and the means we're doing it. And we need to change those things. Come into the store, the reason and I will say this, and I do this, I have one of the largest selections of hemp goods of any hemp store anywhere. because it is about the hemp. Yeah, you can come to my store and you can buy the tobacco products. But honestly, I'd rather you bought a hemp t-shirt. I'd rather you bought a hemp pair of pants. I'd rather you bought a hat, a wallet, some shampoo, some soap. I mean, there's a multitude of products that you can use in your everyday life that can help change the planet. I mean, one way to definitely change things in this country is to prove it economically. You know, I mean, if you want to do something in this country, well, you better put some money behind it. That's for sure. You got to have people, and you got to have people that are willing to do it every way they can. But, you know, it's got to be done that way. And that's the only way that this product is going to be brought back to our American farmers, so we can use this land again to do something that can totally change things. It would revolutionize the world, and no one would care. It wouldn't matter. It'd put a sweet smell in the air in the fall. Oh, baby, would the sweet smell be good. I can tell you that. Harvest time in Kentucky, boy, you just drive up and down the highways just to smell how good it'd be. But anyway, I've said as much as I want to say today. You guys keep following and moving, keep being strong, get behind it, educate yourself on every aspect of it. Okay, don't just be there just for smoking purposes, because there's a lot deeper issues than that. You know, stand behind what you believe in and do what you got to do, and be there for justice. But just keep on doing. That's all I got to say. Let's legalize. Bring it back in every form.
That was Beach from Hemptations. You can check them out on the web at www.havinghemptations.com. Okay. Looks like the group's picking up out there. How y'all feeling out there today? You feeling good? All right. You do understand why we are here today, do you not? It's more than just a party, like the man said. It's for the betterment of our planet. And I do want to thank you all for coming out today and enduring the bitter cold of Ohio in springtime. But right now I'm going to bring out the next speaker. Oh, let's see. We do have from the Women's Organization of National Prohibition Reform, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Here is Kay Lee.
Thank you. My name is Kay Lee, and actually the very first Hemp Fest I ever attended was right here on Fountain Square. So it's good to be back. I've learned three things in the last 10, 15 years of this movement, and that's one, that prohibition is a policy that's failed every time it's been tried in the past. It is not a viable policy for us to be using ever. Two is that the drug war has caused more harm than the drugs that it was intended to control. And three is that marijuana is a plant that nobody should go to jail for. I am here representing the women's group. This group was formed back in the late 1920s. It was a group of parents, mothers, who had seen the harms that prohibition was causing. And of course, you know, we've got the same harms today. We've got young men and women going to jail by the droves, and like Jack Cole said, you can get over an addiction, but you can't get over a conviction. This thing follows you the rest of your life. We've got nearly 3 million drug war orphans. Parents, one or both in jail. They're coming up through the welfare system. They're getting no chances in life. And we feel like the mothers are the last line of defense. Are there any parents out here? Any mothers? If you even plan on having babies, come up and get some information from me over on that side of the square. We have reformed the group from the 1930s. They helped end prohibition 4 years after they began, so we hope that this group of women who fight with the passion of love in defending their children And this is America's children. You don't have children yourself, but you've got to understand that this country's got no chance of ever being strong again, never, unless we can get this prohibition out of the way. This drug war ended, and no more prohibition. No more prohibition. That's about all I needed to say. I'm kind of shy on stage, but hello, Cincinnati. I love you.
Kaylee from Women's Organization for National Prohibition Reform. Put it together for Kaylee. Come all the way from Atlanta for this. Okay, before we bring the band back up to entertain you some more, I just want to run through some more thank yous. Want to thank Hemptations once again. Check them out on the web, www.havinghemptations.com. Also want to thank Hustler of Hollywood for helping us out here. First time they've helped out with the marijuana cause. Cannabis Culture Magazine. You can pick up a Cannabis Culture Magazine back at the tables we have lined up over here by the trees. The Clear Channel, even through the FCC's big strong-arm tactics right now, they were still good enough to broadcast lots of commercials for this event this past couple weeks. WLW 700, thanks Bill Cunningham, you all right for a right-winger. WEBN's Puddin', he's all right for pudding. And we would also like to thank 8 Hour Blink for coming down from Columbus, and Cincy's Righteous Spirits of Universe Drummers. I do believe they are around here somewhere just drumming it up. Also, I'd like to remind you that this fall, the Ohio Valley Reefer Rumble will be taking place in your neighborhood. You can go to the Hemp Rock Audio magazine on the web at www.hemprock.com, and they will tell you all about the Ohio Valley Reefer Rumble and how you can get in there. Stop pointing at me. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to move on and let the festivities keep going. Just want to remind you to get back there and get a festivity T-shirt. It is Cincinnati's own lovely fountain, except this time the roaches, the reefer roaches, have invaded. There's no more, well, yeah, there's a naked reefer roach on there too. So, and speaking of naked, don't forget to get your 420 calendar back here at the tables too, right next to the Hemp Rock table. 420 calendars, lots of nice butts and buds, so check it out. But right now, before we bring the band back up, I want you all to put it together for the Cincy Bud Kids readings by Cincy Bud.
Throwing arms is the new. Revolution is far than few. Punch and check, come disrespect this. I'll jack that attitude, put you in the old mood, like this fat-ass dude. Got no time for you, man. Think I hear your bitch calling you. This next one's called Dog Dollar Makes Peace with the Green Word. Succumb to your wishes is regression upon demand. Lost sight can be polite, but loose ears will never help this fight. Paid attention to the crazies I did. Babylonia rising got us all pissed. And when Indians smoke today, even the darker skinned homies can sell me that white man's the devil type shit. True warriors feel their pain, only in this money game now. Let me hear you say how cocaine powdered glass ice ball cycles. Quit calling us homeless and jobless. SA just crossed 3 rivers and a green card border for that swag you think be illegal. Come on back with your hoods on. Nicotine's habitat your ass too. Didn't you hear my revolution blast? Next step is let the simple addicts out of your prison zoos. Yeah. This is 8 Hour Blink from Columbus. Give it up.
Yeah, Columbus has got a pretty good music scene up there, not as good as the one here. I can say that for a fact because not only do I host the Speak of Diablo show, I am one of the co-hosts with Senior Bull. We host Live City Licks, which is Cincinnati's only live local music show right here in town on WAIF. Every Saturday night, we either play live or studio tracks of some of the best bands right here in the Tri-States. Check that out Saturday nights at midnight. All right, we got a lot more speakers here for you, and right now we have one of the most famous speakers that has graced the stages of the 2003 as well as this year's Million Marijuana March. Man needs no extra introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the legendary one and only Mr. Fat Freddy right here.
Hello, world. We have a bunch of good warriors here today, I see. I'll tell you right now, what's happening is we are being made slaves. We have to do something to get our freedom back. All we can do is be who we are. We have to, each one of us, bring ourselves to life. Start working on this situation as best you can. Talk to people. Tell people about the stupidity that this country is trying to do right now in Iraq. A year ago, 1 year ago, the war ended. Everything was won. Since then, over 722 people have been killed. Why are they killing us for? Why do we want our own, my family, my children, they're going over there dying? No, I don't like that. Let's get our freedom back. If you have to have something within you that's illegal, they tell you you have no God-given human rights. That's no humanity. They can't take God's power away from him. We all have God within us. I'm lucky. I was made a cartoon book character. And I'm old age too, yeah, well, hey man, I'm still going to get out here and fight for my family. I'm still going to have to get out here and try to make my freedom come back. We have so much happening right now with each one of us to try to get ourselves alive again. We are living under federal law. We have no state rights at all. California made hemp legal for medical reasons. The federal government came in there and busted them. They took their plants away from them. Plants that were keeping people alive. The city council in California even had a city council. They gave pot away and sold it on the Capitol steps. Why can a state make a law and the federal government come in and arrest people? That's stupid. When are we going to stand up and say something? We have 420 coming today, and I guarantee you, I hope all of you are able to join in with it. Let's do what we can ourselves. There isn't a lot of people out here, as there usually can be. We can have millions of people here. This last weekend, they had 1.5 million people in Washington, D.C. It was the largest gathering ever, and not one word on the newspapers about it. They wouldn't even admit to it. We are out here today, and we probably won't see nothing about it either. But we are here, and we can spread the word, each one of us. Tell the people, get yourself together. Marijuana isn't a word we need to use. We need to change it back to cannabis. Hemp and marijuana are the same plant, but cannabis is the scientific name for it. We are cannabis users, not marijuana smokers. We use the God's gift to mankind, what he gave each one of us. I'm on God's side in this war on drugs. If there are two sides to a war, there's man's side and there's God's side, and I'm on God's side in it. I want my freedom back. I want us to live as human beings. not a slave to a federal government. I will appreciate all the help we can get out here. If you ever have to go to my webpage, you can reach me on patfreddy.net, patfreddy.org, patfreddy.com. Well, all of them get me. So you stay with the program. Stay out here fighting. Work hard to make yourselves live. And come by and visit me at my table and visit all of us over here. Lynn Wilson, the Happy Hipsters, has been one to really help put this thing together. Listen to her on the radio. Do everything you can to make this thing work. Work as hard as you can. We have other hip fests that we're going to be at this year ourselves. Jacksonville, Florida is coming up June 5th. And they're going to have a good one down there too this year. We got busted there last year. And they wanted to drop it real quick. It was on Pot TV and everything. They made a mistake. The only violence that whole day was what they did. And we recorded it. I'm telling you guys, work hard at this thing. All you beautiful warriors out there are part of this whole program. We are who we are. We will win this war. Thank you all very much, and I'll turn it back over to them now. Thank you.
Give it up for Fat Freddy, guys. You can pick up his comic books. I do believe they have some back there. Some pretty good reading. Okay, moving right along. We are all out here today for the promotion of the legalization of hemp and marijuana, or at least to get the laws, you know, to where they're tolerable, you know. You're all probably wondering, well, what can I do? You can all go out there and vote. All you that go out there and vote for a president that we really don't care if we have or not, because there's really no good selection right at this time. There is a good selection of a vote, though. You can vote for your marijuana reform laws. So make sure to get out and do that this year. Okay, moving to our next speech, the speaker from the Ohio North Normal, all the way from Lodi, Ohio, here is Alice.
Hi everybody, I've never done this before, so bear with me, okay? Cher is supposed to be here today to speak, but as we all know, it's unfortunate she's not here. Hopefully Monday she'll be home with us all, fighting for our cause that we need to fight for. Free the weed, please, let's free it. Get out there and vote. That's what we need to do, is get out there and vote. Vote for the right people. Everybody needs to stand up, hold hands, and speak for their rights. Stand up for what you believe in. Stop being afraid. Life is too short to be afraid. There is nothing wrong coming home from a hard day's work and lighting up. I see nothing wrong with that. I'm a much better person to live with. You can ask Danny. Because I have some rough days. Trying to fill Cher's shoes is very hard for me. And I appreciate her and all that she does now. And hopefully this little kick in the ass will get me going a little bit harder. So I just want to thank everybody for showing up, coming and supporting us. Our table's over there, our booth. Please, come pick up some free literature, become a member, help us fight the cause. Just be there. We need you all. Stand up and fight. Free the weed, please. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Alice Higgins from the North Ohio Normal Party organization. I guess they're not really a party. Well, maybe they are a party. It depends on how you look at it. You know, one thing I can tell you about them is that the last couple of years at the Rumble, they have brought down some...
Hey, Lodi won one year.
Yeah, that's right.
I do believe they won.
Northern Lights, anyway.
If you want to know more about the Rumble, which is coming up this fall, what it is and what it'll do to you, then you can go to hemprock.com and get all the details.
Or you can call the Hemp Rock Audio Magazine at 513-684-HEMP. That's 684-HEMP. All right, we got a lot of thank yous to people who are sponsoring today, making things possible for us. Obviously, we need to thank, obviously all the speakers that have been here, getting their message across to all you great folks out there. We definitely need to thank you all for showing up today. We know the weather was looking a little scary in the beginning, but sun's finally coming out for us, so we're happy about that.
Biggest lighter in our universe.
That is a fact. We definitely need to thank the organizations such as Hemptations for it made it possible for radio advertising as well as sponsoring today's event.
You can check them out at www.havinghemptations.com.
All right. We've got Hustler Hollywood. The Flint family was happy to donate to this cause, which we're happy to have them donate to the cause. The Flints are some great guys. They understand persecution, believe me. We also need to thank 8 Hour Blink for driving down from Columbus today. They've been doing a fine job on the stage, playing some great music. Again, their website is www.8hourblink.com. They do have CDs for sale up here. Be sure to check those out. They said, I think somebody was saying you get a t-shirt if you buy a CD. All right, that is the deal. 2 for the price of 1. That's a good deal. Don't forget also that we've got the 420 girls. Trish is back there. She's going to be up on the stage a little bit later. Check out that 420 calendar back there. That's some pretty smoking artwork there. That's a good thing to say. Who else do we need to thank? We need to thank the guys up on the hill, up at Clear Channel. Willie for having the Happy Hemptress on yesterday, as well as Puddin from EBN. She was on there as well. And Channel Z and WEBN for running commercials for the Hemp Rally. And again, I can't say, you guys need to give yourselves a round of applause for making it out here today to make your voice heard.
And here's a little treat just for coming out.
That's right.
Well, it's just a little treat. It's nothing real big, but...
Yeah, we got some WAIF bumper stickers again for those of you that just got here. Senior Bull and myself are both from WAIF. We both are part of Live City Licks, Saturdays at midnight, and I'm part of the Speak of Diablo show, Tuesdays overnight.
These things don't fly very good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, we are going to bring up the poetic stylings of the legendary Cincy Bud Kid.
This next one's called Just Cause. It's about police violence, police brutality, which living in Cincinnati was a pretty easy inspiration. Moved by sadness, a pen presses on late night hour points of view, hearing shit that ain't so new, restirred an informal attitude. Just can't escape these police rapes involving any mankind. Black junkies, the half-crazed, the white, the blind, to serve and protect while they choke a man's neck. So many others have felt the threat. This so-called power the men in badges feel should not be misjudged by their own surreal. Can't you hear the call of God and his people? All men should be treated equal. Here comes the Cannabis Smokers from Columbus.
Took me
Something. We're doing another one real quick.
check out their website at www.8hourblink.com. Go there for all the bookings and other listening pleasures. They do have CDs and T-shirts for sale. If you buy a CD, you get a free T-shirt.
And you can tell that these guys are also dedicated to the cause. I see that on their schedule. Coming up in June, they're going to be in the Cleveland for the Million Marijuana March up there in June the 12th. So if you got time to make the road trip, I think it'd be worth it. Again, don't forget to take the opportunity to stop back at the 420 calendar booth. We got Trish Uptown back there. She's one of the 420 girls.
While you're picking up one of those calendars, you can pick up one of the shirts for today's events. Got the lovely fountain there. But except this time, the roaches have invaded, and there is reefer buds coming down instead of water. So those are going for 15 bucks at the Hemp Rock table. So get back there and purchase your T-shirt. We would like to take this time to thank the following organizations.
Temptations, Hustler of Hollywood, or Hustler Hollywood, not of Hollywood. I guess well, it makes you feel like Hollywood after you shop there.
Technically, they're of Cincinnati, but you know.
For Cures Not Wars, Cannabis Culture Magazine, Clear Channel for not rolling over, which is surprising. Also need to thank Bill Cunningham, Puddin from WLW and WEBN respectively, Channel Z for running the spots, NKU student organizations, as well as, don't forget that any of the information you're finding out here today can be found by going to hemprock.com. I think it's right there above me. And you can also call the Hemp Rock Audio Magazine at 513-684-HEMP. That's 684-HEMP.
If you would like to learn more about the NKU Students for Relegalization of Hemp, they do have a table set up over here. Go on over and check them out. It tells about all the great things that Beach was talking about as far as shampoos and soaps and industrial uses for hemp and clothing and all that good stuff. So get over there and get a little bit of knowledge. Coming up in Saturday, June 5th, up in Columbus, the Ohio Hemp Fest with many great bands and speakers and poets. You can go on up there and check that out. If you want more information, you can get a hold of them at their website, which is www.ohiohempfest.org. And it is being put on by the Students for Sensible Drug Policy. We had one of their speakers here earlier, Mr. Russell Selkirk.
All right, we also need to thank some of the organizations that are here in representation. Normal is back there. Be sure you stop back at their booth. Fat Freddy and Freedom Fighter comic books. I'm sure he's going to be more than happy to autograph some of those special editions you can get back there at the table. The 420 calendars, as I mentioned, as well as several other organizations.
Speaking of 420, we are coming up on that very special segment of the day.
Yeah, we got about 6 minutes. We're looking forward to that.
This morning I went to breakfast, and my aunt, she's not real smart when it comes to marijuana. I had my 420 shirt on, which I bought at this very occasion last year. And she said, what's 420? And I kind of stuttered, and my uncle said, well, it's beer 30. And I said, yes, for those of us that don't like to drink beer. So that's what 420 is. It is a special occasion for all of you people out there that like to participate in the wonders that Mother Nature has for us. At 420, we all need to spark up. You know how it goes. 420, click. Okay? Let's practice that. 420, click. Okay, all right. They got their lighters ready. And to bring us through that wonderful hour that is known as 420, a couple of very special speakers who are very close to the Happy Hemptress.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, right now we'd like to make welcome by his own theme song. It is the marijuana man himself, Reverend Roland A. Duby.
Do not feed the animals.
There's a man who smokes a joint with strangers. From everyone he meets, feels no danger. I'm so baked! Woo! Cincinnati, Ohio!
What can I do for 7 minutes? It's gotten to the point now where I can't smoke marijuana unless I'm either with somebody or by myself. I don't know about y'all. I got my grandma stoned the other day. She was outside planting Cheerios trying to get a donut tree. And I was helping. Cincinnati's a wonderful place. You can have 100 grams of marijuana and it's only a ticket. You know that phrase, click it or ticket? It's got a whole new meaning. So, I'm really tired of this drug war, all right? You know, we've got leaders that are running our country named after a dick, a colon, and a bush. Now, if somebody's not getting screwed, I don't know what's going on. Our government makes me so mad, I just want to go outside and throw a rock at a bush. There you go. And then smoke it. And what's up with colon pal? Colon pal is just another way of saying butt buddy. Yeah, he's my colon pal. But if you ask me, he's just a high fiber cereal. Too much colon pal helps everything slide right on by. No problem at all. So, now how much time have we got? What was that, 2 minutes? 5 more minutes, folks. Have you got your weed rolled? If you don't have your weed rolled, you better start now. So how many of you are there out there? I count 30. Is there any more? So let's see, I had some things I want to say. There's a girl out here with a bucket, and she's collecting donations. But don't be hitting on her, because I'm going to be doing that later. If you've got any extra money, please donate it to thehemprock.com and to the Happy Hemp-Tress for putting this wonderful event on. And as a matter of fact, let's have a great big hand for the Happy Hemp-Tress and Hemp Rock Radio. And a big hand for WAIF and the guys that came out here to help do this. You know, they say marijuana makes you paranoid. And I've got a little story that proves that fact, actually. I was having Thanksgiving dinner. I had eaten so much that my stomach was full and the pressure on my belly was so bad I had to undo my belt buckle. Now I've got my feet resting on the table and I've got my tray on my belly and I'm rolling me this big fat joint of some killer green stuff that my mom had gotten for me. So I'm getting stoned and I started feeling like I was being watched and I looked around and everybody in Wendy's was staring at me. Now that was weird. So let me see here. One of the things that I want to do in this world is I'd like to take hemp twine and stretch it from New York to California. We could call it Hemp Across America. We could all sing the song, Hemp Across America. Or not. Let's see how long we got. 2 more minutes. It's countdown time. We sure got a lot of pretty girls out here. I like pretty girls. I was hitting on this beautiful woman in the back, though. She told me she only likes black bald men. I don't think I want to be painting my balls black for anyone. Ever again. Awesome, awesome. If anyone would like a Cannabis Culture magazine, I have 2 questions for you to answer. First, how many different products can be made out of hemp?
A lot. Anything you want.
sit in the corner. You guys go sit in the corner. We're getting ready to fire up our doobies. Time check!
Let's go sit over here and we smoke one.
Come on, let me have the picture without the magazine.
All right, you have the magazine. She's got the picture. Come over to my booth later. I'll get you a picture of the magazine all your own. Woohoo! Oh, look, he gave up. All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 4:20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire them up. Woo! Cincinnati, Ohio on pot.
Reverend A. Roland A. Duby. So you guys all clicked up now? Got it going? I don't smell nothing. Blow everything this way. Well, you gotta have stronger lungs than that, man.
Stronger weed. All right, we got a couple other people we need to thank that we forgot before. First off, we want to thank all the gracious Cincinnati ambassadors down here from the square who are making your day comfortable in the safe downtown Cincinnati. And why is it safe, Senior Bull?
Because we also have Cincinnati's finest, the Cincinnati Police Department. They are patrolling the perimeter, and they are not interrupting our festivities. They are actually making sure that they stay safe and peaceful. And we just want to thank them. We think they are doing an awesome job. I don't care what anybody says.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, or specifically gentlemen, this is the guest that you've been waiting for today.
Your drool to a minimum. Smoke them more and get that dry mouth so you don't embarrass yourself.
That's right. If not, I'm sure there's napkins around somewhere. But ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to introduce to you the 420 calendar girl. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Trish Uptown right here to the Million Marijuana March.
Hi guys, happy 420. So I got these calendars over here. They're great calendars. They're $10. Yes, they are. And half the money goes back to the Million Marijuana March. So it's for a good cause. Please get one. I will be short and sweet. I'm not used to getting up here speaking. It's a lot easier to get on stage and get naked than it is to speak. So who wants a calendar? Come on, make some noise. Thanks, guys.
All right, come on, let's get those hands going one more time for Trisha. Woo! I'm telling you, man, if you guys ain't seen that calendar yet, you need to get one. Well, that is if you don't have a girlfriend. I would strongly suggest it for all the single, lonely gentlemen out there. It's important so that you know what the date is. That's the important thing. Much like Playboy, for those of us who only read the articles, that calendar is only for letting you know what the date is.
Hey, what up, man?
All right, I was going to say something else, but I suffer from short-term memory loss. And oh, and by the way, I suffer from short-term memory loss.
That work?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure right now to introduce to you one of the astounding political figures in the tri-state area. This man has ran for governor several times, as well as just recently ran for the Kentucky Attorney General's office. Because he is one of the firm believers in the fact that marijuana can save the ailing Kentucky economy. And ironically, for one of the largest marijuana...
This is a test of the emergency bandhood system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency bong hit system. The bong hitters in your area, in voluntary defiance of federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of a bong hit emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by official supply information, police scanner news, and emergency bong hitting instructions. This concludes this test of the emergency bong hit system.
Smoke it, you can do it. You can really start to chew it. Smoke a pot. You can sing it in a song. You can smoke it in a box. Smoke a pot. It's the latest sensation. That's rhythm and amazing. Smoke a pot.